Alright, first shot for the Spurs, and they're going to something I rarely see. A wedge for Wemby, trying to get him in the mid post. No. So maybe that was fluff. Because he's not making any contact. So he's not cleaning up Carl here. Nothing transpires. So now quick small to small. No. This is fine too. Because if the wedge is there, flow into a quick two-man game, guard to guard, look for an early hunt against Brunson. Don't want that. Hit him on the wing. Turns into a wing ISO, which is fine. I think they want him in the mid post, but close enough. And look at Carl. Immediately jams him. Nothing. No airspace. And even Hart. He's going to flood. Cleanse himself right there on that strong side. So now he can't even attack base if he wanted to. But Carl is kind of opening up and shading him there. So that's a pretty good job. But then, great counter here. He's serving the floor. He's going to load up at the nail. You got a flood. Seeing a crowd. Kobe shim. Quick jab. And Carl bites. So now he opens up. You can attack. But Brunson's already there. Quick stunt. Fan out. And he's going to pull at the elbow for a tough two. Let me see that again. So jab. Carl bites. One dribble. He sees the stunt. High pickup. Gather. Right to elbow. That's a very tough shot though. Because Carl's there. That's a pretty good contest. Look for an early away. Yeah, Mikal reads that. He read it quick actually. As soon as he saw Wemby approaching, top block. Deny any possibility of Vassell going over that screen, so now he's forced to go under. Still works out because most times, it's not an early wide. These aways are just to flow into a double drag. So him going under here is fine. They still get to their double drag. Fox reads it. Hezzy, cross. And OG was not expecting that. You can see he's looking and preparing for this ball screen. But he gets caught off guard right there. Cross. And now he's beat. He can't open up in time. But I can see Josh. He's already at the lane line. You can see he 2-9s. He's ready to make any rotation to that weak side. So now he's there. Even though OG gets beat. He cuts out the corner. And he gets a block. Hold on. So he beats OG. He can't recover. Josh is there. And that's why you always just have to be in the gaps and be ready to rotate or help. Because now you don't have to react. You're already there early. So you deter it. And he finds a backdoor. Because as he pulls in, Brunson is not aware that he has to play two. So he's too high here. Yeah, he doesn't see it. So Josh actually could have got burned here. He does the right thing. He contains it. But he's able to, one, contain the rock off that show. Swivel, open up, turn back around, and then stop this drop off with a block. That's ridiculous. So he saved this and he saved that. Yeah, Brunson doesn't even realize it's happening. Could he set some sort of pin his own? Yeah, but I don't think he needs to. That's just a great play by Josh. Yeah, that's all him right there. Ridiculous. And that's what people mean when they say he makes winning plays. So Castle swings back up top. Kind of in a scramble situation. Let's see. Far catch though. So now they can get matched up. You take, you take, you take. He rotates out to Champagny. Yeah, you can see they're looking to reverse it. But they get matched up. And Wemby, he's calling for it. He's looking to flash middle. Mikal. Alright, so they scram that. Good switch right here. Step back. Tough pull over top. Get a stop. This is actually great awareness between these two. Instead of having Mikhail follow, just have Carl scram it. Wemby, he sees it, spin fake, one dribble middle. You live with it, make or miss though. Get a stop, push the rock, or not even push the rock. Quick throw ahead, I can see they got numbers 4, 3. So he's going to swing it, which is fine because now it's a 2 side. Mikhail's got to play 2. Swing, swing, great ball reversal. Early pull. Vassell's able to crash. Why? Yeah, Josh Hart. He doesn't mark him, so he can't put a body. Just cuts out the slot, gets around him. Easy 2. But right here, couldn't Fox just attack this closeout? Look at the way he's opened up. Quick catch, rip base. Because they're not set. If he touches paint here, they're going to be in a scramble. You got a trailer. Still a numbers advantage because OG hasn't gone back on defense. But it works out because he's able to crash. But I do think, just touch paint. Don't need to settle from deep early. I do wish they would do this with Vassell more. Just get him on the rock. But I understand why they don't because they have Castle, Fox, and Harp, who are their primary ball handlers. So he's usually designated, or not designated, he's relegated to spot-up duty. And I can also understand why because him and Champagne are the best on the catch. And those 3 are best on the rock. So he has to do what he has to do. But he's also very good on the rock and manipulating ball screens. So I wouldn't mind seeing him get some more touches. Regardless, Anunoby, he goes under. So he's there. And good job by Carl. He's going to release. Allow him to go under. So now you meet him, you blow that up, hit him on the pop, flow into a second action. He's also going to cheat under. Re-screen. Great cutback. But Fox can't make that shot. Could you attack base there? Because he cheats. You cut back. Instead of settling in that pocket, on this rescreen, because Wemby clipped him, he can definitely attack. Because if you now engage Carl on that clear side, now you got Wemby rolling, and even though Brunson's there, he's just too small. Because I can see Anunoby, he's not ready to make a high tag. Neither is Josh. So if he just gets downhill and engages these two, Wemby would have all this space to eat up. And this is what I mean about the Knicks having a very active low man. Because even though they're trying to quote-unquote hide him on Champagny in the corner, he's still doing a lot. He knows that he has to be there early. He's actually kind of low here. Most times, the low man would be outside the restricted. They'll be right there. So he'd be a bit higher because if he were to try to meet Wemby here, if Wemby were to catch in this spot, even if it's not a lob, it's going to be a high catch, high finish. So he's definitely a bit low, but still, you can see the activity. And even here, Josh, he's going to shift. He knows he's the X-Man, so he's ready to play too. But Fox, again, settling from deep. Is that necessary when you got him beat right here? Sidestep instead of trying to get downhill. Touch paint. 8 on the clock. And he's got a mismatch. Could have been a cross match. I'm not even sure how they're in this situation. But I can see Carl, he's pulled in, looking to tilt. And he's actually going to commit. And at the same time, Mikhail, he's going to fire 2 passes away. So not only do we have a tilt for the baseline, we have a fire for up top. So now we've got OG playing 2, and Brunson's got to play 2. But Brunson, he's pulled all the way into that strong elbow. So I'm not sure if this is built in, because there's no way. I think he's just committed to overhelping here. So now these two have to play 4, spray to the wing, just too strong. But this is also what the Knicks are willing to live with, because now you don't get an advantage. Well, he creates an advantage, but you don't get an easy 2 over a clear mismatch. You force him to make the spray. Keldon, he does the right thing. Out to 45. OG, he's not going to jump out. which is the right thing to do too, because he was playing, in this situation, OG is playing these two and Brunson is playing these two. So he actually fans out, reads it. It's Stephon, and he's going to close out very flat. He's really not even closing out here. And he's going to gap him just in case he wants to attack and get downhill. And you live with this because you'd rather him pulling from deep than attacking on the catch. Got Shaman on the rock. And I can see a pin down. And I said during my preview, I'm expecting a lot of these for Wemby just because of the success he had during the regular against the Knicks bigs. And of course they're going to involve Brunson because it's going to make him really have to work to stop this. So Karl sees it, he gets attached, and again, this is why I think the pin downs are going to be very effective for the Spurs. I don't actually remember if they ran a lot of them, but you can tell Karl and Mitch Rob do not know how to top lock. So you can see right here, he's trying to get body to body so that he can chase through or chase over and skinny through that gap, but he's not on Wemby's high side. So he just gets cleaned up. And now Brunson's forced to switch. He's going to try and bump and allow Karl to recover. But you can see he actually would have been wide open, but Kessel, he decided to attack. And it works out. I actually don't even know how he beat Landry here. He sees the pin down, but I also see why he's looking to attack because he sees all this space. So before he lets this transpire, forget it, I'm going to attack. Go middle, counter with the wrap because he's sliding, stunt, but he's going to hop, high pickup, big bump at the same time. So now Landry, he's on his heels, adjust, and then all he has to do is set his feet, fix his footwork, wide base, go up strong, easy float. But again, look at this pin down. Let's say he doesn't attack, Wemby would have been wide open because even on this bump, it wouldn't be enough for Karl to recover. And so he would have hit him, easy two off that curl. And another thing I think they should look to do, if they can't chase over, just get low and go under two and have him hedge. So have him extend all the way out, try and reroute Wemby all the way far out, and have him recover the same way he would if this were an inverted ball screen. So if he had the ball, just hedge it. Treat it as that instead of trying to do this. Immediate throw ahead. Good read by Harp because all four of these players are in that center line or on that weak side. So it's really a 3-on-1 here for Shamet. He reads it, immediate throw ahead, quick bounce, rhythm dribble, pull, can't make it. And then Keldon, dumb loose ball foul, reaching crazy, unnecessarily. It's definitely not a bad look, but it still feels like they're kind of settling from deep because they're really hunting these early looks. But if you have two trying to close out and run you off the line, you've got now Keldon cutting out the 45. So let's say Vassell sees two, jump, quick jump pass, you hit him. Now he gets to get downhill. OG's got to help up. And now Castle, he's going to cut out the weak side, easy drop off. Because Karl, he's going to be behind. He's running with his man. Just get you some easy twos before you take these threes. Get a rhythm going. Quick drag. Yeah. Do not bring Vassell into this. No need for a double drag. He's going to wave it off. If Mitch Rob's out there, just take his single ball screen. Don't need anything else. You can see he jumped it. So he jumped it, but he's not in a position to force him towards the sideline. So he's not ready to ice. He is. So now you're both out of position because now you get cleaned. You jumped it. He gets downhill, touches paint. Another bad pass by Brunson. You have him cleaned. You have him beat. Fox, he's not going to peel. Because he actually could next this, but all he does is pull in, quick little stunt, but he's looking to fan out immediately. But that still forces Brunson into an early pickup, because right here, he sees it, I think. Or maybe he sees the lob, but I don't know how he sees the lob, because Kornet's playing two, and he's fully retreating. So why not take a float? Again, it's another early pickup, another opportunity for him to pull. But right here, he decides to pass. And Kornet's in full retreat mode anyway. Deflection, quick touch pass. Now he's in the open floor. Attack him. Strong take off the goofy. Too puny. Big bump right there. And he actually cuts him off. OG, blind side block. Nope. He's able to contort, get back to his left on that right, and finish. He's got more pace. Did not realize how much pace they were playing with early, but they're just pushing every time down. So now he's going to hit the trailer, flow right into a quick drag. Nope. He's going to release and slip. So now you take away Mitch Robb. You beat McBride on the catch. Get downhill. Spray to the weak corner. Two-way. And he trays. And this is the shot I was saying that the Spurs are going to have because of how active the Knicks low man is. Landry's already pulling in because he wants to be there to tag the roll. And they always do it so high. You're probably never going to see him inside the restricted area. So they're going to meet it early. So he does the right thing. Game plan. But OG, he's not ready to play two because this is his X. If he's tagging, he should be Xing. But now because OG kind of gambles, he's not ready to. You force Landry to make that tag and then get back out. But a two-way is almost always impossible. Even though it's hard, I can understand why he's pulling that. He got to the line, got two easy ones, got a NAM one, and so he's feeling good. More pace, clear side. Everybody's matched up, but they're not really set. So Fox sees it, sees all that space, Hezzy, attack. And now Mitch Robb, he's there, so he's going to help. And Landry does the right thing again. Puts a body on Kornet, help the helper. I can see Kornet. He's looking to loop, quick flash, but he's taking it away, so there's no drop off here. But he'll find the corner instead, and now he finds Tracy, and he's talking crazy. But Landry also did the right thing again, where he's taking that away, but now he's going to make a two-way. He's actually disciplined here, closes flat, sticks up, gets a great contest. And that's a tough shot by Champagnie. But you can see the way they're generating these threes now. They're touching paint, they're getting downhill, they're moving and shifting the Knicks shell. They're not just coming down and pulling the first look available. So now it's more of a rhythm. I'm not sure what happened here, honestly. But I can tell they're in an X. I'm trying to think, because if he was there, then that must have been the strong side. But I also see this. So did he tilt or something? Or did he help? I have no idea, but again, it's an X. So you catch, swing, attack the closeout. But Mitch Robb, he's able to stop his momentum. He's there, but he still gets beat. At the same time, I think Wemby sees Mitch making this closeout, and as soon as he sees it, I think he's now thinking, I have a chance to exploit this cross match. So he's immediately going to dive down the gut, but it's kind of congested now because Landry's going to make that low rotation. So there's really nothing here, and all he did was impede this spray line to Hart. So now, because you impede it, McBride's able to play 2 because he knows this option is gone. There's only this lift, so he's not really that stressed on that X. Actually, he kind of bites. You can see he's on that back foot. But I'm not sure why, because how would that pass be there? He only had to play this. But now you give him a closeout. Fox attacks. Immediate catch and go. OG. He tries to stunt to help, but he's able to split off that push. He drifts, hit him. Now he finds Tracy again. And they get an M1. Because Barnes, he looked to crash. Landry, he's way too late to put a body, so all he can do is face guard, trying to absorb the bump, and you get called for the foul. But a lot of times when the defender's in this situation and they can't put a body and they're face guarding, they almost always get called for a loose ball foul. It works out here, but I think McBride, he definitely didn't have to kind of jump that, because now you're trying to fight your momentum and closing out. There should have been no closeout for Fox in the first place. And I can't even blame OG here. He had to stunt. Actually, I don't know if he had to. Because let's say he stunts and falls back immediately, he would be greeted by Mitch Robb, but then maybe right here. Yeah, I think he would flash right there in that strong dunker. So if, let's say, he helps up, he sees it, he'll just hit him there. So maybe he had to fully commit. But now you get burned on this drift. And he's drifting all the way to the deep corner, so really late recovery. More pace. Immediate throw ahead. Catch. Nope. Pump fake. I'm glad he actually didn't pull this, because they've been pulling way too many of those early. You got Mitch Robb. No need to settle. Look to attack him. Nope. That's fine. Get it back up top, because now he's got cross match. No, he's just going to attack Brunson, which works too. Now you play 5 out. And Barnes is actually pointing, because you could play out of delay here, but he's going to look it off. Hezzy, he's feeling good. Get middle, bump off, Euro, high pickup. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he was feeling really good. Because Brunson's there, even OG, he does the right thing. He's going to pull in a stunt, force the pickup, but he's able to get a bump off, Euro, and finish over top. Looks to be a double drag. Can't be horns because first screen, I can see him chasing over, and I can see Wemby, he's releasing and slipping out. It's definitely a double drag. He's not in a position to switch, so now you can take away Carl by releasing. But he can't beat McBride here, because Champagny doesn't make any contact, so he doesn't clean up McBride here. He chases over. Now Dill Harp can't turn the corner, because on this frame it looks like he's gonna have McBride beat, but there's just no contact. So now he's forced to make a throwback on the pop, which is fine too, because I can see Shamit, he kind of pulled in to help take away this roll. So now he's open, but he's able to close out. So now all they get, good tag too, and now all they get is this. He's got a flash, catch, reverse pivot, and face up. But it kind of looks like Wemby has them beat, because he slips between these two, and Landry actually doesn't get a tag, so there's no contact. And Carl's actually way too high here, because he's kind of in between two. He's not fully committed to retreating, because he doesn't know for sure that Deuce can get back in front. So now Wemby has inside positioning on both of them. Yeah, he actually looks wide open here. And even here, Alvarado's actually late. Because ideally, if you're making that single side tag, you already have to be right here in the middle of the lane, above that restricted area. So Harp actually could have, right here, just lead him to the rim. Again, it doesn't even have to be a lob, because let's say he makes a pass over top, leads him to the rim. He's going to bypass these two, and because he's late and a bit too low here, if he catches high, he can just finish high. Even here, I guess he can't now. Yeah, the window's gone. I think this is on Harp. But I can also see why he's making this throwback for the pop, because he's on his heels, looking to back up. But it's not really that much distance. Landry's able to easily jump out, close the gap. Yeah, I think it had to be early. But now he's going to catch. One dribble spin. Try and set it up. He actually almost gets Carl here. Rip, one dribble, set him up, attack the lead. But he's stuck because Alvarado, he does the right thing. You can see, as soon as he makes his move and spins, he's kind of on that blind side. Quick stunt, get back out. And it's short. Great contest again by Carl, but also great help. So last shot of the first, pretty good matchup for him. And pretty good alignment because single side, not the best because you definitely want a shooter in that strong corner. But regardless, he's able to attack towards his strong hand. So it's pretty good for him. In and out. Nope, he's there. So he counters with a tween. Now he's forced to open up. Get downhill, touch paint. Now I can see Carl. He's going to pull in. Not really helping up. So he's going to kind of stay low. At the same time, Landry, he's doing the right thing. If Carl's going to help, you got a crack. But he's actually looking to fan out. So now he took that away and took that away. I think Carl is actually doing the right thing by being low here. Because if he were to help up, let's say he sees this and immediately overreacts and helps up, even this crack by Landry would do nothing. Because easy throw over top. But right here, I think Carl reads that. Even though Alvarado is kind of in emergency defending, he's able to get back in front. So there's no need for him to help up. He can stay low and still deny this lob. And I think Landry, he probably sees, alright, he touches paint, but Carl's there, so I can get back to my man. So he's immediately fanning out. Or maybe he has PTSD because every time he's made a low tag or to take away the drop-off / lob, he got burned in that weak corner. Regardless, Mikhail kind of overhelps here, but I can't be mad at it because you want to give up this spray line. Now you get to close out flat, gap him. Now when he tries to drive, you're there at the point of attack, force him into a tough turnaround, and you win the possession. Great defense, great discipline too. I can see some communication here. Clapping. He's telling Landry to pull in. They're going to exchange right here. Barnes and Champagny, easy switch. So he's going to stay low, you stay high. At the same time, OG, he's on the rock. He's checking over his shoulder. Maybe trying to understand what all this communication is about. And I can see now they're looking for another pin down. But for Fox to curl off towards a strong hand. Which is fine too. They usually do that. But right here, Alvarado's ready for it. You can see getting more on his high side. Probably ready to top lock. So instead of the pin down, yeah, Wemby decides no. Let's get to a two-man game. And OG's actually not ready for it. Because he's opened up and trying to send him towards that side of two. But he has no idea this is coming. So now you get cleaned. He's going to roll. He's going to get downhill. And again, look at the low man. McBride's reading this the entire time. He's already in there. And look where he's meeting Wemby. Above the restricted area. Always in the middle of the paint. So it can't be a deep catch. even though he's in the restricted area, he's still making contact right here. So if he makes that pass over top, he can't just dunk that. And right here, Karl, he's there. He's retreating with it, but I think, yeah, he should have helped OG contain the rock because he got clipped. He didn't see the screen. And Stefan also does the right thing because he's looking to recover and he's retreating with this roll off this hezzy. If you don't see the lob early and you see the low man pull in, strong take off that hezzy. One dribble, early pickup too, but also high. But even here, look at what's open, the weak corner. Actually, Landry doesn't even look. He's just following this shake because he's so concerned about Champagny lifting here and filling behind. So if he made that skip, there'd be no X. He'd have to make a two-way. But again, this is what the Spurs have to continue looking for. Immediate throw ahead, get him in the open floor, collapse the defense, hit the trailer, swing to the other trailer. It's a trash miss. And he would have been open, but Karl kind of reads it. I don't even know how because I can see that he's trying to get in front of Wemby because he wants to get matched up. But he's so behind that he actually can't. And I like the fact that he doesn't overly pursue this because he's so concerned about Wemby getting to the rim. Instead, allow OG to just get cross-matched, stop your run, and now he can actually turn around, check, and see that, oh, he would have been wide open had I continued running. So now he's there to pick the rock up. He's going to settle from deep again. That would have been a great shot if Karl wasn't there. But I think if he's there, just hit him. He's got a great ducking right here. Deep positioning. Who made that pass? I think Kornet hit him up top. Quick pin down for him. Now he's curling off tight. Brunson, he gets clipped. He's going to try and stunt. But Vassell does the right thing. He's going to go inward. This is what he does very well off any screening action. He's always looking to get inward if his man is trailing. Because now you cut off his recovery line. And you can actually hit Harp here. This would be a great look. Because Mikhail's overhelping here. He's actually nexting. He's fully... No way you take that. What? He's fully committed to the rock. Pump. He flies by. But he's able to get back down. Why is he pulling this? So he actually doesn't see Harp right here? That's crazy to me. Because most times he's making the right pass. He's got Brunson on him. Which is good. It's a matchup he likes. Spacing's a little off though. But good recognition by Kornet. He's going to vacate. Empty out to that weak dunker. He's getting off the rock. Jab, one dribble. Bounce to the second side. But I'm pretty sure if he vacates, let's say he sits weak dunker, which I assume he is, yeah. And now you just have to wait for Vassell, deep corner. Now you've got a single side to attack towards your strong hand. So I'm not sure why he's looking to attack early and get off early. 14 on the clock. You could definitely be a little patient here. Because let's say he attacks that single side. Mikhail, all he can do is slight stunt, fall back because he can't help off Vassell. Mitch Robb, he makes that low rotation. Clarkson, he's got a crack on Kornet. Now he's going to lift. You hit him on that line. You play that 2-on-1 on the weak side. But he decides to bounce. I guess that's not terrible because Landry is there at the nail. awkward line though, because Fox, you can see he's holding a high line because he wants to stampede, but Harp actually throws it behind him right here. So you can see he actually asked to stop. So instead of going and catching, he's got to stop right there because the pass is kind of behind him, and now he's still trying to catch and go, but Simek can now recover. So instead of leading him to where he can go and catch and possibly attack that gap, because it's not a great pass, Landry can just recover. So he kind of got this stun for free here and plug that. Now he's got to settle for a step back from deep. Big tap out by Cornet. Yeah, he's got positioning. He gets to it. Quick skip. And now Brunson. Scramble situation. Just get matched up with whoever. He's there. Oh my goodness. One dribble. Tween. He jumps. Opens up. One dribble. But he's still vertical. He smokes that short jumper, as he's been doing all playoffs. Really? Maybe if he just goes up strong and doesn't do all that, whatever he's doing, he probably finishes, or makes the shot, I should say. Three. Pitch back. Dive right down the gut. I didn't even see that. So they got numbers. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 on 3. He's trailing. He does the right thing. He's going to run towards that center line because he's already got 3, or they've already got 3 on that strong side. And Mitch Rob, he's behind. Brunson, he's also behind. So now he's just wide open diving down the gut. And great job here by Vassell because he could actually catch and pull that too. But he picks his head up, fires that, easy 2, and that's how you get into a rhythm. Easy 2s turn to 3s. It's off a make? I think it was. Yeah, he got hurt. Immediate inbound. And look at Fox. He's not even looking to dribble. He's just looking to find a quick outlet. Throw ahead, cross court, and now they're all behind. He's got to pick the rock up, tuck, touch paint, flatten the entire defense. You can see the trail. Step into that. Tracy. And now this is a great look because this is a very far closeout. And that's in rhythm for him. Quick drag. I can see it. And Mitch Rob. The Knicks are actually very comfortable with their bigs either up or at the level where they're showing. Because they trust them to help contain the rock because of their backside help. And right here, look at McHale. Look how high this tag is on that single side. It's shallow paint. There's no roll. And I can tell the cell was emptying out, so maybe cut through. And he's just going to stay. Instead of just following it, he's not even concerned about his man on this lift because this is actually very dangerous if Fox is able to find it. So he's going to lift all the way, but he actually doesn't because he's way too deep now. And now McHale, he's contained it. You can get back to the rock. And just look at the way they help one another. So he's behind the play because he got clipped. So now he's going to help contain the rock. And because he's helping contain the rock, he's going to help him and contain the roll. And there's always help for the helper. Right? They're just all on one string. And now he can release and get back to his man because he's helped contain the rock and he can get back to his man. So now you match up, you get matched up, he's stuck. It's just crazy. And even here, no overhelping. Face guard, deny all the passes. He's stuck here. Because most players, honestly, they might not want to make this tag just because they don't want to let their man, especially when it's Vassell, to make that lift. because they're scared of this throwback as he's filling behind. But he's fully committed to helping. Make sure you help the helper. So let's see, he's stuck. He's there, he's on his high side. He tries to set him up, one dribble, spin fake, get middle, fade. Makeable for him. But that's pretty good defense too. You gotta contest off. Quick throw ahead. I think this was off a make. And I can see Mikal, he's on the back foot. So there's nothing he can do here. He's got to open up. He's beat. But Jordan, he's able to see it in time because he actually turns around. But now he's on his heels too. Inside finish. He just explodes here. Yeah, Brunson can't recover too. He's too high. Emergency defending. And it's kind of an early pickup. Because he's going off the goofy. Same foot, same hand finish. And he just glides to the rim. Man, they are dangerous when they play fast. Quick drag just cleans Landry up. Look at that. See, he's trying to chase over. Nope. So now he's done. Mitch Robb is actually not as high as he could be. Most times he's up. So he's ready to show and help contain the rock. But he's a couple steps lower than the level. And yeah, look at that. That's definitely a point of emphasis. And I was saying this too. The way they pull their low man in, because they're concerned about the rolls, they're almost always going to have these sprays. So he actually catches him on a two-way. But it's Carter Bryant, so it's not the worst. If this was Champagny or Vassell, very dangerous to give up. But again, you can kind of live with this. And he's actually making an early pass too. I think this is the third time in the first half. So he's catching him on a two-way. Because as he's making it, you can see JC. He's going to take that step right there. So now he's going to launch back out. And even here, Brunson's not even ready to X. Because I think he's also looking to pull in and make a high tag. You can kind of see it by the way he's positioned. Now we got Castle and Wemby back in, and you can see he's calling for Dill Harp. You'll come. Let's get to our horns. And again, they're always going to bring in the big and whoever Brunson's guarding. Most times it's going to be Champagny, but he's off the floor, and he's matched up with Dill Harp. So now we got Dill Harp involved. But same concept. Bring them both. He's going to take Wemby's ball screen, and he actually just cleans Mikal here. Yeah, Mikal doesn't see it at all. You can tell. Because he checks, he knows Dill Harp is there, but he does not expect Wemby. So now you get... he just gets cleaned. And now Wemby, he's going to roll, and of course, high tag, or I should say bump. So good job by Brunson. And this is a situation where he actually can't just set a pin in as he's rolling on Brunson, because I'm pretty sure if Mikal gets up, he can just switch onto Harper. So I think he's looking for the throwback, but I don't think it's going to be there. Yeah, you can see. And now Mitch Robb is not going to commit to the rock though. He wants to stay with the roll. So he's going to retreat. But he should know Landry's going to be there. And Brunson already did a good job with this high bump to delay Wemby. So now you can trust your low tag because, again, look how high Landry is when he's making that tag. He's going to meet him shallow paint. So he should commit to the rock here. But he doesn't. And JC actually does. So he's going to pull off strong corner, commit. Don't allow him to get downhill. I'm not even sure if Stephon is looking to, because he could be more aggressive, but he's always looking for his options first. Because I can see he's checking the throwback. No. He's still looking for the roll or potentially the weak corner because it's been a point of emphasis. knowing that the low man's going to pull in. He actually could just get downhill. Right here. Just be aggressive, but that's something that I've noticed with him is he's always looking to pass first, which is not bad, but sometimes you have to just read what's in front of you and get downhill. Because he's kind of indecisive. JC, he's going to pull in, quick stunt. He sees it. Spray. Can't make a two-way. You pay for it. And that's why you don't help off strong corner. But I really can't be mad at JC here. Because now you allow Mitch Robb to stay with the roll, even though he probably doesn't have to because you got this tag and he already made a tag. But you also contain the rock just in case he does have to help. And it's Keldon. Yeah, it's not the worst. More pace. But I can see they got a cross match here, which is great. So quick post touch. You can see he's going to load up. I can tell Carl, he's trying to communicate something because he wants to be there to tilt. So he skips weak wing and he trays. Yeah, he's a bit too pulled in. And right here, OG is not ready to play too. He checks, but he might be seeing Dill Harp trailing. Because it doesn't look like he's actually checking and seeing where Champagny is. Because now he's looking to close, but he's taking a wide angle. And now you're flying by to his side. That's not going to do anything to him. But I like this. They're playing with pace, but there's some thought behind it. You see the cross match, play the advantage. And then get something out of that instead of just coming down and pulling whatever look you have. Because now they create an advantage. Look at this. You got 4 towards that center line or more. And now even here, he's just not ready. So that's a great look.
If you look at this first half right now, the leading scorer.
Double drag. All right. But they mess this up. Because they could just switch this. Guard to guard. And even here, Mikhail actually doesn't release to allow Landry to go under. Because he's doing the right thing by going under. So that he can meet Stefan, but I'm not sure why Mikhail doesn't release. Because now you just impede his ability to shoot that gap when he wants to go under. At the same time, Wemby, he's going to slip, single side, two-way close. Yeah, definitely a point of emphasis because he read this single side tag the entire time. And there's been multiple times where him and Fox, they're just reading this. Whenever they see the low man pull in, they're firing. And this look's going to be there just because of the way the Knicks shrink the floor and always have their low man pulled in early. Here he is kind of actually late. And even here, Wemby actually gets behind the defense. This could have been a lob because... So they don't switch this. He's behind. And now that forces Carl to help contain the rock because he can't just retreat immediately. You can see he's a little bit hesitant. So now he's a bit too high because they messed up whatever that was. And I'm pretty sure he's also a bit late. Because if he lobbed this, yeah, I'm pretty sure Wemby, he's finishing that. But regardless, still makes a great read because he catches him in a two-way. And the way he closed out, it's wide. And he's been hot. And this is what I was talking about. There's going to be a lot of horns involving Champagny and Wemby. And I like that he's always taking Wemby's ball screen just because you just get more advantages. So let's see. He's going to chase over. No, he reaches. That's why he gets burned bad. Quick cross. Now you're behind. He's turning tight. Now Carl's got to help contain the rock. You got two on a rock now. And of course, Brunson, he can do the right thing. Pull in. High tag. But right here, Champagny, again, this is something they can exploit. Instead of the weak corner all the time, right here, this should serve as a pin in. Just lift here. Fill behind, throw back, Brunson can get out. And because most times that low man is pulling all the way into the middle of the paint, he's not going to get out. So you're clean, he can't make the rotation. If he somehow does, now he's even more wide open. He's got to use this bump to curl off, because I think even right here, Stephane is trying to read it, but he doesn't really read it. He can actually still get it here because now it's a pin in here, and he's pointing. And this is what I mean. I was saying this in the preview. These are going to be there. It's going to be the weak corner, or it's going to be this, which is, I mean, this is a fine shot too, just because he beat both. Quick pound, push off as he's trying to recover. Now you get to stop right there in that pocket. But he's been short on a lot of these. And right there. So they definitely recognize this too. So it's not just a weak corner. They've recognized that's going to be there because of the low man. And that's going to be there because they always want to make this high bump the same way the Thunder do. And Wemby just has to clean him up. Because let's say he hits him here. Look how late Landry would be. He can't get out, and he can't get out. If he does, swing, swing. Quick drag. Oh my goodness. Nope. Cookies. Great reach. Off the hezzy too. He timed that really well. Yeah, Brunson had really bad turnovers in the first half. Last shot of the second. The rock is going to be in Fox's hands again. I'm not sure what he's communicating. He's trying to tell somebody something. I can see Champagny. He's pointing to the weak wing. So he's telling Stephane, get out there. At the same time, alright, so they're going to get to their two-man game. So maybe they're trying to figure out their alignment. And they want to get to this. Quick step up, clear side, bring Brunson. He's going to look at the hedge. So he jumps it. But now he counters with a tween. And right here, OG, he couldn't get under. Yeah, he got held for a split second. Actually, he kind of held. Not sure why. Because by doing that, it's almost like he's looking to concede the switch, but you should know that Brunson's looking to hedge. It's not a great hedge either because he jumps it. But now he counters. So now he splits. And now your defense is compromised. So let's see. Off that split, he's going to make the rotation, which is fine. But it's kind of awkward because you got to communicate. If you want to be low man, you got to tell him to play two. But now you're making that rotation. He's way too low to play two here. Finds a weak corner. And he trays again. It's that weak corner. You can see. But he wouldn't even be in this position had they just switched or communicated earlier. Because if Carl wants to make that rotation as the high man, he should know, alright, I got to back out and be ready to close out and play two. But because you're pulled in and he's also pulled in, there's nobody covering that backside. Alright, so start of the third, going straight to a pin down. So they were definitely looking for it. And again, not sure what Carl's looking to do here. He's not looking to get body to body. So I don't know how he expects to chase over that screen. Of course you're going to get cleaned up. So still just struggling to navigate. I don't know if the coaching staff isn't telling him to just get on his high side, try to top block. Not sure what's going on. But Wemby's going to turn wide here. I think he could take a tight angle, bump him off, try and get to the rim. I can see OG, he's pulled in. But right here, I'm not sure why he's looking to go wide. Maybe because he sees Brunson? But that's never deterred him in the past from taking a tight angle. Because he's just cleaned up right here. But he's able to recover because he's going to go wide. Yeah, I'm not sure. He catches, still a nail catch, one dribble. Not a bad look, but ideally you curl off tight and get to the rim. Or even if he curls off tight, let's say he's there, he tries to bump, just duck him in. He's going to pull in, now you open up that weak corner. But by doing this, you don't really get an advantage, and they're comfortable if he's going to pull in the mid-range. Look at that. He contains the rock, and we got 2 sprinting back. No easy ones. Now hit the trailer. He's not going to settle. Tries a split. And gets the rock stripped. And this is where he's got to improve, because he just struggles to attack gaps. Every time I see him trying to split, it either gets deflected, the way it did here, or he's just making a terrible pass. This is why teams are comfortable loading up and sitting in the gaps against them. So a pin down, now horns. Same action, same players. Let's see. So he's definitely making a conscious effort to take Wemby's ball screens, which again is the right thing to do. Low man, he's going to pull in. Brunson, does he make the high tag? Kind of. Karl, he's up, but he's in retreat mode because of the roll. He's not really going to help contain the rock. He's going to try and stunt. Let's see. So he's getting downhill. He's looking for the spray. He definitely has a spray here. Tween. Because he's pulling in. They're still going to leave that weak corner naked. I think he's looking for the roll though, because he could definitely just right now spray that to the weak corner. But he decides not to. Ends up working out because he gets to the rim. And I do like this from Stephon because sometimes he has a tendency of just tunnel visioning on a pass instead of just getting to the rim. Because in the Thunder series, sometimes he would get into this pocket, he'd pick his dribble up off that stunt, and he'd be stuck. Because all he's looking for is a pass. But right here, he keeps it. One dribble, hop, patience, easy 2. But I'm also surprised he doesn't hit the spray here. Because right here, you can see him shaking. Because again, the Knicks are always going to have their low man pull in. Good stab. Yeah, they took away the roll. It's kind of a late tag too, because a lot of times, Mikal would meet him right there. And he actually gets inside the restricted area. So this could be a lob, potentially. Because if he throws it high, only he can catch it. But this is why they got to keep going to their horns. And I think right here, Brunson, maybe he doesn't want to make a high bump to where he's underneath Wemby just in case he gets cleaned up. Because I've said this multiple times, that roll can serve as a pin in, then there's a throwback. So good job to actually bump him on the side to where he can't get cleaned up. Not sure how he got here, but this is pretty good for him. Very deep positioning on that low block. But I can see fire 1 pass away and a fire 3 passes away. So now he's there. Quick dig. He's playing 3. They're both pointing. That's Stephon. Simple read. But now they get back out. So they really don't get an advantage here. Jump pass. Did he have to jump pass? Because by jump passing, he kind of delays the pass, and now they can both just fan out and get back to their man. Whereas, let's say right here, if you just see him committed, swing it immediately so that you catch him in the paint. But because he's doing his jump pass, trying to fake him out, it's an easy close. There's no advantage. Could he hit the skip? Maybe. But this is also ideal for the Knicks. One pass away, and again, look how flat they're closing out on Stephon. 2-3 feet off his body, just gapping him. Immediate throw ahead, let's see. So Mikal, he's going to communicate to Josh, pick him up. I'll take Stephon. OG, you got the rock. He's kind of looking towards this way, almost like he wants to go for a pitch back to the trailer. But nope, in and out. He opens up though. Spin, you try to counter, but he's there for the block, and then he's there for the follow-up. How do you even... He really likes to counter with a spin, I've noticed. Especially getting back to his left. But why is it raggedy? Because most times when he's making that spin, off that anchor, he's going to set that foot, and it's going to be a wide base, and he's fading back. But right here, he can't really set his feet. Or maybe he wants to go forward instead of looking for a fade. But now he's kind of off balance. But right here, yeah, he just slips by Mikal. He doesn't see him. That's twice now. Vassell got one earlier in the game, and now Castle.
Players can get used to, but right there you can see it effectively. Knicks have 2 points.
Spain? No way. They're actually running Spain? I never see this from them anymore. So let's see. No, it's going to be a misdirection. He's going to shallow through. But still good because you can see, even just the threat of the Spain, it forces Karl to check his blind spot. He's got to take a peek, and now he's looking to navigate this. So instead of being up or showing off that ball screen, now he's a little bit too low. You get a 2-on-1 here. You exploit the space, behind the back, pop. That's all you can get. I can kind of see why he's looking to pop. Because Josh Hart, he does the right thing. He's going to ice. But can't he just release now? Because he's already in a drop. So let's say you release and slip. At the same time, he's getting downhill. If you can eat that space, get behind him, OG's there. At least it's a single side tag to where you can play this 2-on-1 advantage. If he takes away the roll to swing to Hart, or you hit him, you can cut out the corner. But I feel like just popping here, they kind of get away with this deep drop. So you don't really exploit anything. And again, they're going to live with Wemby as long as he's taking jumpers. Doesn't matter if it's 2s or 3s. Even here though, Champagny, he's going to crash. Brunson, he can't get a body on him. Gets around. Even Dill Harp, he does the right thing. Crash out the weak corner. He can't put a body on him. Same team. End up with it though. Swing back up top. Let's see, off the O board. They secure it. Naturally, defense is flattened. So you can see 3 below the break. 2 kind of high, but not looking to close. He pulls. Short. That's why they leave him open. Yeah, you can see both of them. They're looking to fan out to the actual shooters. But the Spurs are definitely settling a bit too much. They were doing that in the first half, and they're carrying it over into the second half now. So he's got a mismatch here. 14. Definitely got cross-matched. Josh, he's on him. It's not terrible. Good job gapping him. Tween. Attacks. Nope. Good stunt. Fan back out. You're there. You contain the drive. Catch. Rip. Middle. That's fine. He tries to counter with a spin. So now he's going to fill behind. Get back to your left. It's a tough finish. He has so many counters, it's ridiculous. Especially those spins. If you cut him off, alright, I'll give you 1 spin. You cut me off again, I'll spin back. Is that a double drag? Yeah, it had to have been. So he got cleaned, but Landry's there to switch. Cornet, he's going to slip. You blow it up, though. It's not bad. No real advantage. You're comfortable with this switch. He's been solid. So now you just got to contain the rock. Push off, gets to a spot. That's not terrible, because Stefan has been short on a lot of these middies. But, yeah, it's still kind of stagnant, because you blow up the 3-man action. They don't really get an advantage. You just got to live with a tough jumper. So he went middle, probably a post touch. And I can see McBride probably pulled in 2 passes away. So they were definitely looking to fire 2 passes away, because that's multiple occasions where they've done that. It's definitely got to be the game plan. So he touched paint. Now Brunson's got to play 2. Close. He's looking for the swing, but McBride's early on that X. He reads Brunson, and he was actually going to jump back to his man, but he sees no. So now I get off the X. Brunson does a good job. Because it's Champagny, instead of closing flat and gapping him, he's going to close flat and get all the way into his body. So you want to jam him. He doesn't get to shoot. He doesn't get to beat you off the dribble. A swing, rip base. He beats McBride. How? Because he's there. Yeah, he's too high here. You can see. And then that mini closeout. He opens up too. So now you give him base. Good job by Dill Harp. Immediate catch, rip. And at the same time, Keldon, he vacate. So now he's going to flash in that weak dunker. Drop off? No. He could actually drop off here. Because as soon as Hart makes that low rotation, you can see Carl, he's not ready to crack that. Easy drop off. Oh my goodness. But when you're that good at finishing, why not just go for the reverse over 2? That's insane. Going up strong and measuring that? And the finesse? Jeez. This is what I want to see. When you can't find transition opportunities and your half court starting to struggle, just get to your 2-man game. Don't overcomplicate the game. Right here, Wemby's looking to flip. So Fox rejects, which I can kind of understand just because Carl's now out of position. He's going to turn the corner. Yeah, he's not committed to the rock. But I can see McBride, he's pulled in. So he's there to help. He shows. Late X, but he errs. So it works out. Again, low man's always ready. And even there, Josh Hart's ready to pull in. I don't know if he would get that tag off, but there's really no need to look for the law because he beats Landry here. So he does the right thing. And Brunson's actually not ready to play too. You can see now once, does he check his blind spot? So maybe he's not even aware that McBride is pulled in. Does he stunt? No, he doesn't. So he's kind of tunnel visioned on where Champagny is, which is actually the right thing to do in this situation because let's say he shifts low and he sees him pulling in, he's ready to play 2. You want to take this away so you're content with Fox making this spray to Harp in the corner. So him tunnel visioning worked out, but then right here, as he turns around, he commits to the closeout, which he shouldn't do because, and even McBride, he's looking for a 2-way because that's a swing. And you want to give him this over giving this. So Brunson should actually not overreact, just stunt and fall. Stay with Champagny and give that dare shot. Because now you close out. He could have swinged. Even here McBride. He's kind of in a 2-way. So maybe he didn't expect Brunson to make that X. Now he's looking to shoot out, but on that swing, would have been very late. Bad situation. 12-2 run. Lead went from 14 to now 3. But again, when you're in these situations, get to your two-man game. So Champagny first is going to look for the flare in transition. And they should actually look for this more because in their regular meetings, they were catching the Knicks often, either at the nail or just naturally loading to the ball early. And so you can find a trailing big or even a trailing shooter. Kornet finds these for him or Vassell often. So I think look for these. But Karl, he's actually prepared. He's not just tunnel vision and ball watching. So he can get over that. No double drag. Because if the flare's not there, they could still get to their double drag, which would be pretty good. But alright, so he's going to empty out. And let's look for a hunt, which is fine. Brunson, he's going to hedge. Jumps early. Reroutes him. Now he's able to retreat. And this is why I like Brunson on his hedges, just because of how aggressive he is. He's not shy. So a lot of times he's always looking to jump out, even though sometimes he might get burned and a player might slip through that crack. But because he gets away with it, now there's no potential or any chance of Fox turning the corner. Now you redirect him. And Champagny, he probably had to ghost this because, let's say he does, he jumps and he redirects him back to Landry. If he just ghosts that instead of trying to look to set an actual screen, I'm pretty sure he's wide open on that pop. But I can also understand why he's looking to set and hold that screen. Because you want to force him to go under 2, but he's already gotten redirected. Yeah, they blow it up. That's pretty unfortunate, but now he can attack him. Let's see. Quick cross. Oh my goodness. He's got to open up. One dribble. Stop on a dime. Quick pull. And this is what I need more of. Not me, but the Spurs. You got to look for a hunt or get something out of your two-man game. And when you get to your spots, you got to make the shots. He's been smoking too many floats and short jumpers. Third time down, just going straight to their two-man game. No time wasted. 19 on the clock. Early offense. So quick step up. And look at Wemby. He's always getting away with a push because he never actually sets ball screens. A lot of times, he's on an angle so that he can get a push because he likes to slip early. And I think they did call him for an offensive foul one time against Landry. Can't remember when, but right here, he's going to give a little shove. So now he's turned the corner. He's behind. He's now going to release and slip. Good job by Karl, actually. He's not fully retreating with the roll. So right here, he's trusting that Brunson's going to pull in and make that single side tag. Because you can see he's not even checking his blind spot. He has no idea where Wemby is right now. He just wants to make sure he contains the rock. Right here, he's going to drive. He's going to pull in. He's also pulling in. Swing to the corner. Drop off. Let's see. No, he splits. He smokes delay. This is what I mean. Pass fake. You force Josh to fan out on that stunt. Gather. Far scoop. So it's a little bit difficult. He definitely had to float this instead of looking for a scoop. But spacing is also awkward because you've got a player sitting in that strong dunker in Dill Harp. So he had to vacate so that he can get to the rim, but because he's right there, you bring McBride, and now he's got to stop and pick up early. But I think he had a lob. He definitely had a lob here because he doesn't even make the tag. He's actually fanning back out. You can see. Takes a step in, nope. Because they got burned in that weak corner trying to tag these rolls. So instead of taking a tough shot, he definitely could have just lobbed that. And unfortunately, he doesn't miss on that weak side, so it doesn't fall to Wemby. Close out, pump, nope. But then look at JB. Pulls in, he's there. He's going to plug low. And now you're forced to swing. Look at the way he closed out. Just gaps them. They're going to flow into a quick pitch. And this is what I mean. So it was JB, not Landry. But whenever he goes to set a ball screen, he's always giving that little push so that he ensures he has inside positioning. So that you put him behind the play and you get ahead of the play. But who called that? Not sure. Maybe Scott Foster? Yeah, he saw that. Even Mike Brown's calling for it. Even JB's pointing. So maybe that's going to be something the refs are going to look to or look for just because he does it very often. So another two-man game, quick drag. I can see Josh Hart, he was trying to go under, maybe going under 2 here. Mitch Robb, he's high, so he's showing. They should just veer this. Or not, actually. Because it looks like Wemby, he stops his roll. Because right here, you got 2 on the rock. Just roll hard. He's got to make that tag. Now you free up that weak corner. But he kind of stops and flashes at the nail. Why? Because doesn't it look like he's going to get a deep roll here? Guess not. So now you skip to the weak corner, but terrible pass. And now Landry, because he's already at the lane line, 2 steps in actually, he's prepared to make a one-way. Regardless if it's the roll or the skip, it's going to be a skip. And it's kind of a bit wide, so he can close out. I think Josh Hart, yeah, him jumping here in high hands, you can see he forces Fox to make a very high skip. Ends up being a bad pass, so now Landry can recover. So now he's got to save the rock. Alright, but now what? You swing it back up top. Now Dill Harp's got to do something with it. He slides with him, snatch. But look at Deuce. Opens up quick, he swivels. Nope, I'm there. Cut off, you're stuck. You got to swing to that corner. Mitch Robbie closes out. And Josh Hart cleans glass. There's no slouches on this team because their guards are really lockdowns. It's ridiculous. I mean, Landry, ridiculous. Deuce, he can slide. Josh, he can slide. Mitch Robb, he can slide for a big. Quick handoff. Clear side. But here, look at JB. He's already in the paint just in case of Wemby slipping and rolling on this clear side. And even look at Landry, the way he just fought through and chased over that, even though he got clipped bad. Because right here, there's no way he should recover. But him being able to fight through and stay attached, it kind of forces Vassell wide. So now he can't turn tight just because of that effort right there. So now he's got to hold his dribble for a second, look to attack, but now he's there. He can slide with him, and you're stuck. This is great defense and effort. Even here, Josh does the right thing. He's already pulled in. So he's there. Quick nail help. Doesn't overhelp either. He sees that Landry's low enough to where he can get back in front. Just fan out. Deny the pass. So now you don't give up that drift. Let's see. Turnaround. Nope. Now he's got to fill behind. You hit him. Quick pop. Nope. Oh my goodness. Let's see, catch, jab, cross. Yeah, he got him. He's stuck on that foot right there. Because he kind of bit. Yeah, you can see that slight step. Now he's got no momentum right there. Tries to push off, but he can't. There's really nothing they can do on that weak side. And even here, great spacing. Because I can see JB. He was pulled in, ready to take away that roll. He sees there's nothing, so he's got a 2-9, but now he's driving. He's going to stay. His man was HB. HB reads it. He's going to set a pin in on McBride, who was on Dill Harp. He's going to cut through, so now you just switch that. So now this is him pinning his own. He's all the way in that deep corner. If he stunts here, Wemby can definitely spray that to the weak corner. And now he can't get out because he's getting pinned in. But He's so damn long, he can just do that. Last possession of the third. And they're in a pretty bad situation because on the previous possession, he just traded high off glass, ridiculous shot. So now they've cut the lead, and you need to get your momentum back. Quick inverted. He's calling for it too, you can see. 5 seconds, he's going to go quickly. You can see Josh Hart, he's doing the right thing. Load. But now he's going to bring Brunson. He's going to look to hedge. He does. Again, look at Brunson. He's not afraid to get out there. He's going to jump it. He actually reaches right there and he actually almost gets the steal. And even though he doesn't get the steal, you can see it messes up Wemby's rhythm because now he's got to adjust. Pick up. He's got to pull from deep. Raggedy, yeah. This is why you got to be aggressive when you hedge. And even here, he's fully committed. He's not looking to retreat, even though he could because Miss Rob, he was able to go over it because he's looking to slip. Actually, that reach also took away a potential pass over top on that slip because Dill Harp, that's a great slip. But I think at the same time as he's slipping, Brunson's able to get that reach and force him to adjust. So now by the time he picks his head up, you can see Landry's going to pull in and poach. So now you take that away. But he could still definitely hit the weak corner. Now it's the start of the fourth. They're up 2. And this is where it becomes a game of buckets. You got to execute in the half court. And unfortunately, they just couldn't. Got Alvarado. Get to your two-man game. Why are we waiting? That's fine. Alvarado, he's going to jam him, get into his body, make it difficult. But now, you're susceptible to getting blown by. He's going to attack on a quick rip. You can see he's going to attack his lead. He can't open up or slide. He gets beat. Wemby, kind of high here. Spacing is a little awkward. But Fox beats him, and now you can see he's going inward to try and cut off Alvarado's recovery line, which is what a lot of players do. Kind of discards them. Now you look for a float, but isn't Wemby wide open? Because you can see Carl, he's going to pull in. So he's going to help up, drop off. And you can see at the same time, he doesn't put a body on Wemby because Landry's so concerned about Vassell. You can see Vassell, he's going to lift. He sees it, and he's going to follow the lift. So he's wide open here. But you put up a float. Luckily, it was a trash miss. It fell right to him. So he got to the line, but why doesn't he just lob this? Maybe he tried to. I can't tell what that is. He might have been in between a lob and a float because that's raggedy. But right here, he's also just doing too much because you already got him beat. Just get downhill. If he helps up, quick drop off. Spacing's not great, but he can still quickly shift to that dunker, drop off or lob. I think right here, that kind of threw off his rhythm, trying to discard Alvarado. You're flailing now. And now by the time you pick your head up, you can't make the right read. So this must have been a driving kick. He swung it, attacked, he pulled in. You can see he's also pulling in. So now Wemby's open in that short corner. But Carl actually doesn't commit to the ball here. Because a lot of times, the big might just assume that whoever's guarding the rock is beat here. And on this frame, it actually looks like he's going to finish on that weak side. So he could actually just pull all the way in. But you can see he doesn't. And he trusts that McBride has it contained. And I've seen him do this a couple times this game. So now Barnes is going to go up, but McBride's there. He reads that he's pulled in. He fans out. Let's see what happens. Spin, turn around. Really tough pull. That's great defense by Carl. Not to overhelp here, because he could have easily overreacted. Let's say he does. Now he's wide open. Quick drop off. He's going to catch. Yeah, he doesn't even dribble. Catch. Strong gather. He's punching. But right here, because he doesn't overhelp, stays down, he actually almost gets a steal as he's looking to fan out. And he's able to turn around and meet Wemby too, because I think Wemby wanted to. Actually, he might have been able to go base. Catch, jab, and then attack base. But he decides one dribble, tries to spin off him, but then on that back foot, maintains his balance and just sticks up. No reach or anything. Just disciplined. I'm pretty sure, yeah, if he does overhelp, yeah, that's got to be a dunk. Because then he's going to flash right there. Finally get some pace. This is what they need, even though their transition opportunities weren't great. Because look at the Knicks. They're already back. You got one on the rock. OG's behind, but actually you got a two-side here. Got to swing across court. Yep, you find it. Swing, swing, nope. Which is fine too, because you can see he's going to stunt wide. He's actually going to fan out to Barnes. So it's good that he didn't swing, swing. So he catches, he sees it. He's behind. One dribble. Go up strong. Now Carl's got to make that rotation. McBride. You can see even when they're not fully set, the Knicks, everybody's just got their antennas up. He's not just hugged to his man on that weak side. He's already pulling in so that he knows when Carl makes this high rotation, I got a crack. Inside positioning. He actually smokes that, but then he's playing volleyball because he's too damn long. He smoked that bad. And even right here, what can he do? He's getting as low as he can. He's trying to, but he just taps it to himself. Yeah, now they've lost control of the game. So you can see even here, looking for an early flare in transition. Turns into a ball screen because he catches. Now he's here. Landry. He's kind of low here. And I can kind of see why, because if he catches this, actually I'm not sure. So he just wants to be pulled in just in case he somehow turns off that inverted. Now he's going to get back out. Quick rip base. And you contain him. Turn around with a counter. Soft touch. But he was there. You see just the way he slides. Cuts off any potential of getting base. Now you got a counter. Strong too. But right here, you got to live with that. Tough too. He couldn't go back up. And he actually throws it. And was fortunate. It just hit the rim to where it's a soft bounce in. Quick cross court. You can see they're not matched up. Now Carl, he's going to close out just fine, and then weak side putback. But I think this should be Landry making that close just because he's low enough to where he's going to meet Wemby. Don't really have to give up this cross match for no reason. So he should get out and he should stay low. But even right here, he's looking to draw a charge. This is not terrible. Then you can see too many trailers, 3 in the paint. So Jose's left in a 3-on-1. He tries to put a body on Stephon, so now he's unmarked. Fortunately too, it's a very soft miss. Because if it's long, then the Knicks probably clean glass here, but it falls right to him. And they've had a lot of these throughout this game. One possession game, not terrible. Let's see. So we don't have Fox. We don't have Wemby. Now they're going to look for a quick hunt on Brunson. See what happens. So again, hard hedge. Josh is able to shoot that gap. So he's looking to go over instead of under 2. But Champagnie releases. I think this is a situation where you got to clean him up Because if he's looking to chase and he's turning that corner that way, you would concede the switch. But because he can't make contact and can't clean up Hart here, he's able to chase over, shoot that gap, and get back in front. Or, if you can't clean him up, you got to slip early. So when they're both trying to contain the rock, immediate throwback, hit you on the pop. And even here, the way he's setting the ball screen is a bit low. His leverage is here instead of being high to where he can't chase over. Because you can see, if he's able to clean him up, Brunson, he's thinking he can chase over, he would just turn the corner and be wide open. But right here, he's going to help up too. He stops it, he flails, throws up whatever that is. Honestly, I think the Spurs need to stop looking for hunts for Stephon, because he's not even proficient on ones, not from what I've seen. And every time I've seen him try to hunt, even going back to the Thunder series, where he was bringing J-Mac into the action, I haven't seen it work. Off a jump ball, so they brought him back in quick, immediately flows into their horns. You can see Wemby, he's communicating it. Yo, let's go early. But they're ready. So let's see. Again, I've noticed this entire game, they haven't gone to Champagne's ball screen. They've always gone to Vic's, which I've said before is the right thing to do. So right here is very high. He's going to slip. Brunson, he's going to make the high tag. Hit him on a throwback. Hit the weak corner, swing. I guess that works too, but what went wrong here? So Hart, he's going to chase over. He's going to make that high tag. He's up. He's ready to contain the rock. So he reads that tag by Shamet. And I get it, because these are the reads that they've been reading all night. And I think it's been a point of emphasis because they know that they always want to make that low tag. So he kind of catches Shamet pulling in, but because he's there early, it's not really a two-way. Easy recovery, and now he can recover back to his man. Even here, Brunson. Yeah, I think instead of only reading this, you also have to read the throwback. Because if he makes it right now, because of this high tag, you can see Jalen would not be able to recover. And that's why I've been saying that if they're going to start reading this and taking this away because they know you want to find that, start using his roll gravity for a pin-in. Clean him up and hit this throwback. Because if he just cleans up Jalen here, they're not looking to switch, and then he would be so pulled in, he can't shoot out to that. So two-man game is really struggling. Three-man actions not working. So now they decide, let's just go to the mid-post. You can see the shell. He's already pulled in. He's going to 2-9 real quick. And you can even see Mitch Robb. He's shading him middle, because they have sent the double 2 passes away from what I've seen. He's kind of loading up, but not really. He's going to stunt. Not really either. But Mitch Robb is there. Immediate fallback. You got it contained. He likes this gather a lot. Pump. He's there. He's jamming you. You're off balance. You're stuck. You try to body bump. Drop off. But he traveled. That's just great defense. Yeah, he can't move, Mitch Robb. He tried to initiate the bump here, and all that did was put him off balance. So his right here is his pivot. Yeah, he does slide it right there. Yeah, he lifts it. But even the drop-off isn't really there. You can see everybody's denying the pass. And even if he made that, it got deflected. Yeah, him in the mid-post, I don't know. I don't think at this point in Wemby's career you can go to him on any type of ISO. Let's see what they try now. Nothing. Pull back. Nothing Mitch Rob can do. He's there. He's gapping him the right way. Disciplined contest. No foul. If he makes that, he makes that. But you have to live with it because that's better than him getting a roll, anything out of their two-man game, or anything out of their three-man game. Quick throw ahead. Two-man game? No. Now he's going to look to attack. 5 out. Good split. But even here, Shamit. He just slides with him. Even here, Josh. Free stunt because of the spacing. Now he's stuck, and even there. OG, he's pulled in, ready to show. In between three. You got a spray. Look at Josh Hart. Just maintaining that gap. Now you swing it to the second side. Catch and go. But Carl's there. Raggedy. He tried to attack quick too. I can see why, because right here he's attacking that lead. But because he's gapping him, he's able to open up, swivel, and just slide with him. And even here, Jalen, no reach, don't bail him out, just stay hugged. So this was on the same possession. Can't remember what happened, but obviously he's in a driving kick. He's stunting because he got beat. He splits and somehow doesn't lose the rock. Because even here, Josh kind of reaches right there. But now Carl is going to make the rotation. Shamit, is he ready to play too? Yep, so he's there to X. Get away with it because of a no board, but damn, that's a second straight trash ass miss. Oh my goodness. So on this X though, couldn't he just extra this? Swing, swing? Because he can't X. He would have to rotate. Then you swing, swing. I don't know. I feel like they haven't really trusted the pass. Not terrible. 2-possession game. But you can definitely tell they just don't know what to get to in the half court. Right here. Now let's try and get a DHO. Look at Shamit. He sees it. He's there. He's chasing. He's staying attached. He gets clipped, but he denies any DHO. So now what do? Got him on a clear side. That's fine. Is OG going to pull in? No, he's late, but even here. How does Carl give up the N1? Yeah, he should be opening up and trusting that the little man's going to pull in. He could even just stay right there. If I'm OG, you see him emptying out, just flood it and tell Brunson to play too. Because even here, Carl, the way he's positioned, now you're giving up your lead to get attacked. Of course, you're going to get beat trying to slide. And he also gets really low here. So Wemby's turning tight, getting low. You can't slide, you're out of position, you give up an M1. But OG should definitely be there too. 2-man game? Alright, so finally they're going to their 2-man game. 2:30 left. 1-point game. Let's see, can they get something now? Alignment is not great though because you can see both of your best shooters on that strong side. Ideally, you want Vassell there so that on the single side tag, Seamus got to respect the roll and that shake. But right here, I'm pretty sure he can just pull in and make that tag without consequences because if he lifts and he hits that spray line, who cares? Right here, let's see. So he's going to set it. He's going to slip. Turn the corner. He's got to help contain the rock. OG hits the nail. Quick stunt. Force him to spray to Vassell. Vassell's not really looking to drift. Kind of late. He's able to recover. Dang. They really can't get anything out of their 2-man game. And even here, Stefan's actually not shaking. So you can see Landry, he doesn't have to do anything. He can stay pulled and he checks. Nope, you're stationary. He actually pulls back out. but I can kind of understand why, because he's stuck now. Wemby should get a lob here, but you can see Fox, he's kind of out of control here. All he sees is 3. He can't see that roll because he actually doesn't tag. And even here, Karl, he's fully committed to the rock, even though OG was able to help off that stunt. So forget the 2-man game. We're just going to get you an ISO with terrible spacing. I've never seen this work when they have a shooter on that strong side. Let's see. Nope. So yeah, you can tell he's not comfortable with it. Because what is he supposed to do? If he attacks middle, you can see nail help. If he attacks there, he's going to help strong. If he somehow gets to the rim, low rotation. It's just too congested. And he's also not good at splitting and attacking the gaps. So they can stay compact. This is fine though. Quick DHO. And he gets absolutely clean. You turn the corner. What was OG looking to do? Yeah, he wasn't expecting it. Now he's kind of in reaction mode. And as he looks to go over, maybe he realizes, nope, I can't go over. Now he's kind of leaning back, maybe looking to cheat. But now he just gets cleaned. So he turns the corner. Mikal. Yeah, Mikal can't really full on commit to that just because it's Vassell. So you can see he doesn't want to pull all the way in. And then right here, Josh. He helps up, but he's in between 2 because of that drop off. Brunson's not ready to crack. But he misses. Come on. If you can't make short jumpers, just hit the drop off. Come on. Just trust the pass then. Now we've got another wing catch. But again, look at the spacing. What is he supposed to do with this? 5 out. But look how compact this shell is. Hezzy cross. Wow. He actually would have got Karl here, I think, because you can see he's attacking the lead, but he dribbles off his foot. Actually, no, maybe he slides with him because look how fast he opened up. But, yeah, off his foot. That's pretty unfortunate. 36 to go, down 6. Game's pretty much over here. Dribble out, hit the trailer. It's a Hail Mary. Nope. And that was the game. If he does make this, they're in a pretty good spot. Down 3. You get a stop. You would have one final shot to try and tie the game.